Hey everybody, I'm Josh and welcome to another episode of Just Sayin. Thank you. On the show, I get my revenge and we continue our back to school month with the junior high kids. That's right, the tweens. So let's get the show started by answering the question, what is Josh drinking? And on the show today, I'm trying to think of new ways to excitedly tell you that I'm drinking Mountain Dew, but I'm drinking Mountain Dew. So, PepsiCo, call me. Mountain Dew, cool blue Gatorade, grape Gatorade, coupons, whatever. So I have an exciting update for you guys. Last week on the show, which in reality was 3 days ago, I told you guys that I was bringing back my Toys for Tots drive. For every new subscriber I get up to 60 subscribers, I will donate $1 up to $60 to Toys for Tots. I need 61 subscribers to reach my goal of 100. So if I get 61, then I will donate $100 to Toys for Tots. So when I filmed the show, I had 39 subscribers, and just today I looked and I have 40. So with that said, I thought on the show I would donate the first $1. So I took this here Mountain Dew box because, well, I have a few laying around, and I turned it into my Toys for Tots donation box, and I'm putting the first $1 in now. We're gonna pretend like it went in. I'm so tired of doing this take, this episode. We're just gonna pretend like it went in and count it. So here we go. So yeah, please click that subscribe button. Literally, if not for me, do it for the kids, and let's help the less fortunate kids have a better Christmas this year. Unsubscribe at the end of the season. I don't care. But why would you? It's an amazing show. Full of laughs, drama between producer man and I, which I'm going to tell you about right now. So, in order for me to tell you that story, I have to tell you guys how gullible I am and how I just kind of just go with the flow with everything. Yes, I'm gay because I'm using this reference, but in the gay community, you always think to yourself, if I were a golden girl, which one would I be? I would probably be Rose. I'm an idiot. So I work with this girl, who we'll call Gertrude. Hi, Gertrude. There's some down here, and my dog tried to get it, and it made noise, and she spooked. Anyway, so I am gullible. I work with this girl, Gertrude, and one night, I noticed she got new glasses. And every shift I work with her, when we start slowing down, I'll go up to the host stand because she's a hostess, and we'll talk about random stuff. We have a lot of stuff in common. One thing in particular that I'm not going to get into. But anyway, so when she got the new glasses, I noticed that there were two dots, one on each side of her lens, or one on each side of her glasses, one on each lens, like by where the earpiece is. And so I was like, oh, what are those dots on your lenses? And she goes, oh my gosh, Josh, it is the greatest new technology. She's like, you push them together and it'll tell you the date, the time, the temperature. She's like, you want to try it? I'm like, oh, sweet, sure. So I take my glasses off and I put hers on, and I'm sitting there going like this for at least a full minute. And not ever. No, I don't want to say it that way. I had a thought pop into my head. And not would it be, is this a prank? Like, is she joking around with me? But my thought was, because, hello, technology these days, I said to her, does it need to be your fingerprints because it's not working? She goes, dude, they're magnets for my sunglasses. So that tells you, what are you doing? That tells you she's on my crap list today. She's not been a good girl. She's being extremely annoying today. Anyway, with that being said, when I brought Producer Man on, and we would sit down and talk about the shows and what we were doing, this part of the show, my intro, I would always refer to as the opening. And we would that's how we referred to it anytime we talked about the show. And so, like, what sketch are we doing in the opening? How about this for my host? I have some stuff for my host chat for the opening. Stuff like that. And so, when we sat down to script out what information we were going to tell you guys about him coming on, he was sitting there writing the script, and he would just start giggling. And it really didn't hit me because, hello, he's writing a monologue. It's supposed to be funny. And so, I didn't think anything of it. He emails me the script. I start rehearsing it, and I realize that he has wanted me to say that I gave him my opening. No longer are we referring to this part of the show, as the opening. Ridiculous. But I will say, for the last 7 years, he and I have had this prank war going on. An undeclared until now prank war. And so, yeah. He was the one, if you guys remember, back in season 2 or 3, we had a joke contest where he thought he could make a funnier joke than what I find on the website. And the only rule was he could not use the website. And so, come to find out, he used the website. It was rigged. And then I got him back, and I'm not going to say how, but let's just say it involves some ping pong balls in his car. And we've been, for 7 years, we've been going back and forth like that. So, he got me. You just wait. And why do I say it's my revenge? Because he doesn't want to be seen on the show. He doesn't want to be heard on the show. I can sit and tell the story. I have full control. And he doesn't want this story to be told. Now it's told. But this isn't my prank. It's on. It's on. When you least expect it, it's on. Anyway. So, yeah. We now refer to this part of the show as the host chat segment. Anyway, so something happened the other day, and it got me to thinking about a bit of the show that I used to do. I think I did it once. Actually, I only did it once, because honestly, I forgot about it. But then, like I said, something happened, and it made me start thinking about some things. And one of the things I decided to do was bring this little bit back. Not all the time, just whenever. And so here's what happened. I normally, when I work day shift at my job, I will go to the grocery store across or down the street from my house, get my dinner, get a BONE, if I need to film or something and her to leave me alone. And that night I had to go to my mom's and drop off $10. And then I was going to go home. So when I went to the store, I had full intentions of using my debit card. And I go in, and out of stupidity, I just grab my tips out of my pocket from the day, and I pay with that. And I go to leave, and I'm like, crap, now I don't have the $10 to give my mom. It's on my card, but I can't pay my mom with a debit card. So I turn around, I go back into the store, and this guy's in front of me, and we started randomly talking, and I want to just put this out there right now. I apologize, sir. I do not know your name. I am horrible with names. I've seen you around town. I'm not sure if I've ever formally introduced myself, but I will next time I see you. So I apologize. But we're going to call you Bob in the show. And once I get his name, I will tell you guys his name if he lets me. Anyway, so we're going to call him Bob, and I apologize if your name really is Bob. But Bob and I just started talking. He mentioned how he was in the military for 22 years and how he was doing this home health thing. But he had to take a break. And I was like, yeah. I said, I used to be an EMS, and people kept pushing me to be a nurse. And now they're saying, do your CNA and do home care. I'm like, I can't, because of things that have happened in my past. I take death really hard. And I get too attached to people. And that's not something I can do. And he's like, yeah, that's actually what I'm going through right now. My last client just passed away, and we just really became really good friends. And so, he gets done, he kind of steps to the side, and I turn to the employee, and I said, you're going to need to go get the manager, because I need to return these two things. I accidentally paid with cash, and I need the cash. And I need the cash to take my mom $10, or something like that. I can't remember how it was worded. And the kid was like, oh, okay. So he goes to find the manager, and this guy's like, Bob is like, okay, well, I'll see you later. I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't know you. And he comes right back in, hands me $10, and says, take your dog needs her BONES. Take this to your mom. And it just kind of reminded me that there are good people out there. Sure, the world sucks right now with everything going on, which is why I wanted to tell that story. Which is why I wanted to bring this little bit back. Just because there are still caring people out there. And that's why I'm pushing to try and get the Smile Power Challenge. If you make 5 random people smile, tell me your story. Hashtag Smile Power Challenge on Twitter. I'll put it up at the end of the show like I always do. But we just need more of those good people these days. Which, sir, is why you are which is why you are the second ever recipient of the Golden Heart Award, which ironically is a reward of $10. So, I will make sure I get it to you when I see you. Thank you so much. And I'm not saying I was having a horrible day. I wasn't even having a bad day. It just wasn't a great day. And that just turned my whole day around. I mean, you never know what that little thing can do for someone's day. And I'll leave it at that. But congratulations, sir. I will introduce myself next time I see you. I know I should know you, and I apologize. But now it's time for something that I do give credit to Producer Man for, and that's the sketch he started called Is That Too Far? And for those of you who have never seen the sketch, here's how it works. In a moment, I have a list of about 20 jokes that I will begin reading. I have a dark sense of humor. I never intend to offend anybody. If I ever do offend somebody, please email the show and I will address it immediately. However, it's a joke. It's meant to be entertaining. It's meant to be fun. So I never know what really ever crosses the line. After I read each joke, there's a member of the FCC, Federal Communications Commission, sitting right over there. If you hear this sound, that means the joke has gone too far. The sketch has to end immediately. It could be after the first joke, 5th joke, 19th joke, but after the 20th, I don't care because that's all I've got, and that would make for a really long sketch. Anyway, without further ado, let's get this going. It was reported that a man in New York City was arrested for passing out flyers stating that lesbian sex causes cancer. Says lesbians, worth it. Is that too far? No, got the thumbs up. Michelle Obama was recently spotted dancing at a wedding reception. What's that? Said white people about dancing. Is that too far? No, he's chuckling at that one. According to a recent study, 65% of African Americans don't know how to swim, while the other 35% survived the study. Oh no! That joke went too far. Sorry, we have to end the sketch, but don't fret because there's more jokes coming in this week's edition of Another Cheesy Monologue. So, I was outvoted. I wanted to tell you guys the story of why I chose the theme I did for my monologues this month. Every single time. but I was outvoted 2-1. Apparently, there's an app some people can find on their Androids, because he doesn't have an iPhone. I think he has an Android. I don't like them. I love iPhones. Anyway, that apparently only his phone people can get, where you can download the dog can bark and it'll interpret what the dog is saying. And only Producer Man can have this app. So it was him and Taser against me on me not telling that story every time. I'm always the short end of the stick. She'll vote with me one of these days. He wins a lot of votes that way. Anyway. But I will say this every time. According to our friends at HolidayInsights.com, August 11th is Tell a Presidential Joke Day. How can I have a show like this and not honor that holiday? So I went to LateNightLOL.com and in the search bar typed in president. There were over 500 jokes, so while outdated all month long, we are honoring August 11th with Tell a Presidential Joke Day. Hold on tight. Here we go. It's his scripting, people. Last night on TV, President Obama killed a fly during an interview. It was kind of impressive, but PETA's pissed. Now, according to Producer Man, this is my joke of the week. I think the joke of the week should be a couple of jokes coming. But he chose the joke of the week this week, so. Hillary Clinton said, many believe that Hillary Clinton was channeling President Obama during her recent speech in New York City. She focused on equality, justice, and what it was like for her as a black man growing up in Chicago. President Trump attacked Robert De Niro, saying that he is someone who, quote, has received too many hits to the head by real boxers, end quote. It was part of Trump's speech entitled, I Don't Know How Movies Work. The record-breaking heat wave is hitting the rest of the country is now hitting LA. People were sweating more than President Obama when you asked him about unemployment numbers. Today, President Obama met with Japanese Prime Minister Yukio Hotayama, or as President Bush used to call him, Mr. Miyagi. I have a little pronunciation card. Because I can't ever... I've done this take like 900 times. And I can never pronounce it. You would think that it would start with Hatayama. Maybe it is. I don't know where I got Hotayama. It's Hatayama. Hatayama. Okay. Anyway. Whatever. The joke's over. Today, I just read that one. President Obama was in New Orleans for the 5th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, and halfway through his speech, FEMA showed up. This should have been the joke of the week. Again, I was outvoted. I guess you all heard about the terrorist threat that the president warned us about. One reason that Al-Qaeda is so upset with the United States is because we keep giving aid to Yemen. We don't really have a choice. When life hands you Yemens, you give Yemen aid. That should have been the joke of the week. This week, President Trump tweeted that President Obama tapped his phones at Trump Tower. Trump said that it was particularly upsetting because he's a private man who likes to keep his thoughts to himself. It seems like every day another candidate comes out of the woodwork. In fact, this week a man from Iowa whose legal name is D's Nuts announced his candidacy for president. Americans looked at him, then looked at the other candidates and said, it can't be worse than Doe's Nuts. And finally, Bernie Sanders said today that none of the ideas he proposed in his campaign were unrealistic or too radical, other than, of course, the idea of a 74-year-old Jewish man with a $2 haircut as president. Now, as we honor the tweens today, well, not honor them, pick on them, as we do that this week, I thought it would be fun to look at something that we all know tweens do in their sleep. You're right, texting. So I thought it would be fun to take a look at some horrible autocorrect fails in this week's edition of Not So Autocorrect. I'm sorry, that's not the name of the sketch at all. Auto Not So Correct. That wasn't the name of the sketch either. It's Auto Not Correct. Anyway, here's the first one. Can you pick me up some more boobsicles? No, I meant boobsicles. Boobsicles. God, donkey! So that's 3 orders of boobsicles and 1 holy donkey. Anything else? I love it when people play off of that and just, instead of just saying, ha ha ha, autocorrect, fail, they play off of it. They're funnier that way. Here's the next one. Hey, is Linda coming to the office party tonight? Yeah, I'm driving her, actually. Okay, great. Tell her I have herpes. Okay. Why are you telling me this? OMG, I don't have herpes. I meant I have her pies from my son's fundraiser. I am mortified. Sorry. Yeah, that's not something you really want to tell people. Especially if it's with a coworker. Here's the next one. Worst day ever. Bring some scissors over. Robbie got his cum in my hair. It's okay. I've had so much cum in my hair. You don't have to cut it out. Just wash it. I meant gum, Mom. Gum. Now I'm going to go throw up. I don't know if I would be ever able to look my mom in the face if that happened. Just saying. Here's the next one, and pay attention. Normally I cut these out to make them fit on the screen better. But pay attention to the name of the person that is texting the owner of the phone. They are in their phone as Darth Vader, okay? And the guy who has the phone, his name is Luke. Here we go. Hey, someone changed the name on all my contacts in my phone, and I'm trying to figure out who everyone is. What's my contact name? Darth Vader, but who is this? Luke, I am your father. Ha ha, very funny. Now really, who is this? It's your father. Luke, I knew one day your name would entertain me. That's pretty cute. Pretty funny. Here's the next one. And another thing I love about autocorrect fails is like when you get just so tired of it changing it and getting it wrong that you just give up. You're just like, screw it, I'll tell you in person. And, okay, so I used to work at this place. Little side story here. I used to work at this place, I'm not going to say the name, but it was something, a letter and then apostrophe S. And we'll say D's. Okay? D's. And no, I'm not talking about Mickey D's. But we're just going to use the letter D's. And so I would put in my phone, like if I were telling somebody I'm going to be working at blah, 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 D apostrophe S, well, I can't use D's. I have to use the right letter. It's something A's. A apostrophe S, okay? Because it has something to do with the story. So, my phone got so used to me changing as to A apostrophe S that now every time I type the word as, it changes it to A apostrophe S, and I'm tired of it. If you know how to get rid of that, please tell me. Anyway, so that has to do with this one. Here we go. Are you sore? Do ducks have jackets? Did mucks save maggots? Ugh. Does husk make gaggles? Never mind. When you just throw in the towel. Dad, do you have any idea where my diploma is? It's in your mom's anus. Anus. Anus! In her anus! Jesus, Mary, and Joseph upstairs in her house in her storage. Wow, okay, I will search mom's anus. Thanks, Dad. I don't know if it's bothering me that the kid is so willing to search mom's anus at the end. That's the same one. Here we go. Jen and I are going skiing Saturday. Want to go? Feel free to inflate your girlfriend and bring her too. Question marks. Invite. Laughing so hard. Sorry. That was way harsh, dude. Let's be real. You meant to say that. Here's the next one. Mom and I just had the longest penis of our lives. It was amazing. I officially just spit out my soda laughing. What the hell? LMFAO. Mom and I just had the longest petty of our lives, as in pedicure. Wow, sorry, missed the long penis session. Maybe next time. Not with my mom. Apparently she likes cum in her hair. Anyway. And finally. Sorry, had a nap. Pretty good, you? The usual nice. How's your job going so far? I'm not too bad. Bored. It's going good so far. I don't like the way people talk in text messages. It's good so far. Pretty tiring, lol. What do you do? Right now we are crack dealing on Highway 2. Ha ha ha. Epic autocorrect fail. Let's try crack sealing. One letter changes it all. Gives you a whole new perspective on life. Now, in this next one, if tweens were in charge of making signs for stores, I don't think they would have messed these up. That's right, it's time for more store sign fails in this week's edition of Oops. You guys like muffins? Like a muffin? My favorite muffins are chocolate chip from a certain store. Okay, Walmart. Because they have like sugar crystals on them. Delicious. I don't know how I would feel about these muffins because they're called ass muffins. 4-pack, $3. Again, one letter. One letter. I love shopping on a sale. I love when I get something on a discount because I feel, oh my gosh, that was so awesome. But I don't understand this sale. It was $4.99 and it's a red flag savings. Now it's $5.69. Okay. Not much of a savings. Now, as you guys know, I'm gay. I don't know. I've never needed a store like this. But maybe some of you guys do. And I'm proud that they don't care that it's illegal. That they just put it out there. Because you can get a hoe for $9.99. And up. Depends on what you want out of your hoe. Anyway. I love me some grapes. I do. Apples and grapes are really the only fruits I eat. Anyway. I was going to tell you a disgusting story, but I won't. Anyway. I don't know about you. But I prefer red grapes. The green ones sometimes are too sour. I like the red grapes. Seedless. They have to be seedless. But I've never, not sure I've ever heard of grapeless grapes. Maybe it's a thing. I don't know. Doesn't sound interesting. I would assume it would just be the seed. Because when you have a seedless grape, it's just a grape. Well, if it's a grapeless grape, it's just a seed. Grape seed. Reason. Anyway. Here's a great sale. It's a special. I love the handwritten signs. So this one says Searle. One letter. One letter. This wasn't due to a letter. This was due because of somebody's stupidity. This next one. Yeah. Like I told you guys earlier, I'm a little gullible. And I'm not the brightest bulb in the box. Not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Not the highest card in the deck. I don't know anymore. But not the brightest crayon in the box. Not the most sharpest pencil. Not the sharpest tool in the shed. I'll stop now. But I think everyone would be confused about this one because it says entrance only, but then it says do not enter. Anybody else? Okay. Again, I love sales. And this one, you cannot beat this one. It's really a sale. Truly. It is the definition of a sale. It's a 20-count box of Nestle candy bar assortment for $9.99, and it was $159.84. Really? A box of 20-count Hershey whatever, $159, people. Something tells me there was a typo there. Here's the next one. Now, I'm not a religious person for personal reasons. I haven't been to church in a long time. I don't think this would get me to come back to church. It's the anal convention. And then number 2 is, Lord, we just want to thank you for the anal convention. That is not going to draw the gays to your church. Just saying. Here's the next one. As advertised, 2 for $5. I can believe it's not butter. Must be the off-brand. The knockoff. And finally in this one, I keep talking about letters. Spacing has everything to do with it too. And I understand that there's fonts where it looks cool when it's all rammed together. But when it's like that, you get this. Instead of Megaflix, it's Megafucks. Ironically, it's right next to the hose. Fun fact. In junior high, well, in high school and in college, I wasn't the most intuitive. I was lazy. I didn't turn in my work on time, and I always had to come up with an excuse, and different excuses, because teachers catch on if you use the same excuse. Teachers will talk, especially, well, after college they don't really care, but, well, they care, but not as much as like high school. I'm just going to stop. Anyway, it's time. I thought it would be fun to do a Google image search for some horrible late assignment excuses in this week's edition of The 10. Once again, I went to Google and clicked image search and typed in late assignment excuses, and these came up, and these are my favorite 10, so hold on tight. Here we go. Number 10. I came down with a terrible case of can't hold a pencil. Number 9. I wait for the right time to do my homework because then I'll be older and wiser. Number 8. My room is haunted. And it only tries to spook me when I go to do my homework. I can sleep in there just fine. Number 7. I did my homework, but aliens came and sucked up all the ink. No. Try saying that to a science teacher who don't believe in aliens. Number 6, or maybe they do, I don't know. My cat gave birth on my homework. Number 5, I didn't want the other students to be jealous of my answers. Because they were so wrong, they're going to be mad they didn't come up with them. There we go. No, now it's disappearing. There we go. Okay. Number 4, I lost my assignment fighting with a kid who said you were not the best teacher. That one is just begging to not be real. Number 3, I divided by 0 and my paper exploded. Number 2, my mom answered most of the questions wrong, so I threw my assignment out the bus window. And the dumbest, well, this one's not so much as an excuse, but someone that tried to use an excuse, and it worked out in their favor. The number 1 late excuse is, I emailed my teacher saying I slipped it under the door, figuring that it would buy me some time, when they emailed me back and said they had just graded it and I had gotten an A. Why doesn't that stuff happen to me? Well, that will do it. We are done honoring those hellions, tweens. But next week, we're going to take a look at the high schoolers. And let me tell you, that's going to be a load of fun. If you think there's something funny I should see and share on the show, or you would like to nominate somebody for the Golden Heart Award, or you have a complaint about a sketch we did, like we did last week, email me. Or email the show at shittalking20@gmail.com. Follow me on Twitter with your hashtag SmilePowerChallenge stories, and follow me on TikTok for behind-the-scenes looks, exclusive TikTok video. No, that's not right. Behind-the-scenes looks, Taser versus videos, and my exclusive TikTok content. So yeah, do that. Also, while you have a minute, please like, comment, and get the notifications anytime I post one of my episodes. But if nothing else, please, and literally, if not for me, for the children, for the less fortunate children, let's click the subscribe button and give more money to charity. And let's reach my goal of 100 so that I can donate a lot of toys to Toys for Tots. Right now, they're getting a $1 whistle. I already have it picked out in my head. Anyway. So yeah, next week we are going to take a look at the high schoolers. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stop the hate. And until next week, everybody, that's all I'm saying.